guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should because I talk about geeky things, and today we are going to talk about Power Rangers. I'm going to rank all of the Yellow Rangers. Let's get to it because there's a lot. There are 19 of them. Ooh, I missed the Green and Black Rangers where there weren't as many. All right, let's get down to it. Number 19 on my list is Emily, because why wouldn't Samurai be on the bottom of my list? Moving on. Just kidding. I don't like Samurai, you guys know that. I don't like any of the actors, I don't like any of the characters. I just don't like Samurai. Literally, that's pretty much it. Moving on. Number 18 on my list is Calvin from Ninja Steel. Basically same reason I don't like Ninja Steel. I don't like any of the characters. The acting is atrocious. It's Nia Saban. Moving on. Number 17 on my list is Kelsey from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. You guys know I'm not a big fan of Lightspeed Rescue. You guys know that Lightspeed Rescue is not a favorite of mine. I wish I liked Lightspeed Rescue. Because I would love to know what you guys like about it, but the acting is so bad, and Kelsey is one of them. The character Kelsey, it's cartoony done wrong, and I'll talk about that when I talk about Lightspeed Rescue and the issues I have with it production value wise, because that's what I don't like about it. I look at it as a film critic and I go, it's not good, guys. Like, genuinely, it just is not produced well. But yeah, so Kelsey just ended up being really low on the list because she just isn't a good character. She isn't a good actor, and I don't know, just it isn't good. So sorry if you guys like Kelsey, but I do not. Number 16 on my list is Ronnie from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. You guys know how I feel about Operation Overdrive. It's my least favorite Disney season. Ronnie was at least a decent character in it. I liked the fact that they made her a race car driver. I liked that they kind of made her a tougher girl. Like, I liked that. I like when they make tougher girls. It's always a good thing. But the characters in Operation Overdrive are just not memorable and not great actors. Number 15 on my list, I really hate putting her here, but it's Katie from Power Rangers Time Force. And I think with Katie, it really just boils down to the fact that they focus so much on Wes and Jen, and they focus so much on Eric. And even to an extent focus so much on Trip, that I feel like Katie got pushed to the back. I feel like her character wasn't developed enough. I don't think her character was done enough with. She had some really good stories, but all in all, the overall story really wasn't affected too much by Katie, and that just makes me sad because I think she was such a cool character, which is why I hate putting her so low. But production value wise, they really didn't utilize her well enough, so I feel like that is why she's so low on my list. Ugh, I hate putting her there. Number 14 on my list is very similar. Tanya from Power Rangers Turbo and Zeo? Was she in Zeo? Yes, she was in Zeo. Oh my god, I forgot she was in Zeo. Okay. Anyway, again, she just wasn't utilized well enough. I feel like she was put kind of on the back burner. Like, there were so many other characters that were focused on during her seasons that it was really hard for you to really get to know her as a character. And I don't know, I just feel bad for Tanya. I think there's so much more they could have done with her character. With the fact that she was into baseball, the fact that she was into singing, there's just so much more they could have done with her character. And they just didn't do it. Look at you, Saban. Number 13 on my list is Maya, for very similar reasons, honestly. I feel like Maya was just there for, like, Maya from Lost Galaxy, if you guys don't know. Maya, I feel like, was just there for eye candy because she was always dressed very sexy. You know, she was kind of the idiot, if you will. So, you know, that dumb, broad kind of personality, which makes me sad. And there just wasn't enough character development for her over the course of the season that I feel like she got pushed to the wayside because, again, the whole Kendrick storyline and Leo and Mike and, you know, just all these other storylines getting intermingled that she just kind of got forgotten. That's most of the reason why why the Yellow Rangers are as low as they are on most of my list, because for some reason the Yellow Rangers get lost in translation, gets lost in the story, and that makes me very sad. Number 12 on my list is Zoe. Zoe obviously is the current Yellow Ranger, so it's really hard to really put her anywhere at this point, but I feel like we've seen enough of her for me to successfully put her here, at least for now. But the character herself has not wowed me personally. I feel as though the character just isn't as great as others. So I don't know. I mean, Zoe's great. Like, don't get me wrong, Zoe's fine, but there's so many other characters that have kind of deeper personality. So again, kind of pushed to the background a little bit. She does get the love story, but they're not really exploring that much. They've explored it like in 2 episodes. Number 11 on my list is Gia from Power Rangers Megaforce slash Super Megaforce. I just call it Megaforce because why separate the two, even though that one I do understand because it is two different Sentais. Gia's a really kick-ass girl. I really like her. The actress is probably the best actor out of everybody on that cast, but at the same time, still not my favorite character. I mean, she is my favorite character, but still not my favorite Yellow Ranger because I don't know, like at least they don't put her into the background. Like if anything, they put Emma in the background of that season. So at least she's like front and center because she does get the love story. As problematic as that love story is, she does get the love story. But yeah, I just think that obviously Megaforce is just a weak season in general, which is why she's a little bit lower on my list. Number 16 is Aisha from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I feel like they did so well with her character at first, and then as the character started to kind of stop evolving, they again kind of pushed her to the background. And of course, Saban ended her time on Power Rangers the absolute worst way you possibly could end somebody's time on Power Rangers. I mean, aside from Billy, aside from David Yost, but, you know, she didn't really get a good goodbye, you know, but I just feel like they stopped caring so much about her character partway through her time on Power Rangers, and it just kind of, I don't know. A lot of these Yellow Rangers are hard to talk about because a lot of them are pushed to the kind of the back burner, and it makes me sad. Number 9 on my list is Trini, the OG Yellow Ranger. And again, much like I've said in other episodes or other videos where I talk about my rankings, the OGs tend to be a little bit lower on my list than I would like them to be because their characters aren't deep enough. There isn't enough character development. There isn't enough character there. I mean, they're just character archetypes, and I don't know. Trini just, rest in peace, Twee Trang. Trini just isn't there for me. I wish there was more, though she probably is the most developed character out of all of them. Maybe Kimberly, I don't know, but Trini is definitely up there at least with the most developed, which is nice because you'd think that, I don't know, sexism, maybe not so much, but luckily they weren't sexist with her. Number 8 is Lily. Lily from Jungle Fury gets the love story, which is great, or one of the love stories, which is great. But, you know, again, I feel like the story is mostly about Casey, mostly about RJ. And so Lily kind of gets pushed to the back end again as well. But I think that Lily is such a fun character and her actress is so great. Like, I just adore her. I adore that girl. But at the same, you know, so I think Lily's fun. I think Lily is a really cute, fun character. And I do really genuinely enjoy Lily. Yeah, that's how I feel. Number 7 on my list is Chip from Power Rangers Mystic Force. I really like what they did with the character Chip. I feel like Chip was, you know, the most believing of what was about to happen in his life. Like he was the one that won the magic wand. He's the one that wants to be a wizard. He's the one that wants to be a knight. He's like the most immature. He's like a grown-ass adult with a child in his brain. Granted, at some point, apparently they I don't know. It's hard to tell with Mystic Force if they're adults or teenagers or like just young adults, like brand new adults, because they work full time. They never go to school, but for some reason people still claim that they're teenagers. I just don't get it because it doesn't make any sense to me because they work full time and they never go to school. And Mystic Force takes place over the course of a year, as said in the last episode. Anyway, it's fine. But yeah, so Chip I think is so much fun because he's like this grown-ass dude that just acts like a kid, and he's kind of like me. I see a lot of myself in Chip because I'm the same way. Number 6 on my list is Kira from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. I really like how they made her just kind of this like standoffish girl. You know, she was the only girl in the season really, but they pushed the like girly girl off to Cassidy, who wasn't even a Power Ranger, and they were able to make Kira this kind of like person, like this girl that a lot of other girls will be able to see in her. You know, that's what's nice is, you know, they started out with very girly girls all the time, and I never got to see myself as like more of that tomboy, as much as I hate saying that term, but the tomboy kind of girl where I'm not the frilly princess. I don't like wearing dresses. I like wearing blue. I like wearing geeky things. I like action figures. You know, I like stereotypically guy things. I like sports, you know what I mean? So making her this edgy musical girl was really kind of cool. It was kind of a breath of fresh air, if you will. Number 5 on my list is Dustin. I tend to say Dustin's the first guy Yellow Ranger, though I'm well aware the Yellow Alien Ranger was the first guy Yellow Ranger, but again, I just don't incorporate them into like these things. I don't incorporate them into my brain as Power Rangers because their storyline was so short that I don't care. So Dustin for me is the first Yellow Guy Ranger, and I fell in love with him. I think that he's so funny, and the actor, oh, Glenn McMillan is so good. Like the episode where he gets the episode where he gets betrayed, he's so good. He's so good. And the character is so much fun. The character can turn from this like adult child, kind of like Chip, this adult child, to boom, now I'm this serious guy that you don't want to mess with. I just really love that. Like, I just think that he's such a cool character. I love his development through the course of the season. I don't know, I just really love Dustin. He's one of my favorites. He and Tori kind of go back and forth on being my favorite in Ninja Storm, so, but usually Tori. Number 4 on my list is Ashley from Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers in Space. Obviously I love Ashley because she was involved in this story. I'm actually getting her lightning figure at some point, so I'm very excited to get her lightning figure because I love Ashley. She is one of my favorite Power Rangers of all time. I absolutely adore her. I think she's got this really great personality. She's a girly girl, but also like just fun. You know, like she's kind of an interesting girly girl. Like she's not obsessed with her looks like Kimberly was. She was a lot like Trini in a lot of ways, where she was, yeah, a girly girl, liked to be frilly at times, liked girly things, but at the same time, like she could kick your ass if she wanted to. And I love that about her. I loved her and Cassie's relationship. I loved her relationship with Andros. I just think that she's such a great character, and I wish she would come back to the franchise. I adore her. She's fantastic. Number 3 on my list is Summer from Power Rangers RPM. Summer's fun. I really like Summer. I love her actress. I have followed her actress's career now that she's moved here to the United States and has done things like A Christmas Prince. Love that movie. She's fantastic. I love her as an actress. She does an almost perfect United States accent, like just almost perfect. Like it's so rare for me to hear her mess up, and I just love her. But I love the character. But I really love the character. I love the fact that the character development for the character, while is in flashbacks, I love her story. Her story brings me to tears. Her story is so sad, but also so poignant. I just love her story so much. So very much. Love her story. But yeah, I love Summer. She's fantastic. Number 2 on my list is Z from Power Rangers SPD. So, Z. I really feel like Z, much like a lot of the others, kind of gets pushed into the background, but I love her and Jack's kind of relationship at the beginning, while it evolves over time because she gets so frustrated with him so many times, and they realize that their lives are kind of going in opposite directions, you know, at some point, and they stop being as close as they once were, and obviously the end, which I'm not going to get into, but I just really like her character development through the course of it. I love that she starts off just wanting something bigger, wanting to do something huge with her life, and then she gets to join SPD and gets to find her meaning in life, and I just think that that's so cool. I love her character. I love her actress. I just love everything about SPD except for one major issue, but that's about it. And number 1 on my list is Taylor from Power Rangers Wild Force, which surprised me. I love Taylor. She's my favorite character in Wild Force, but I just really love her personality. You know, a lot of people kind of deem her as the leader of the Wild Force team, which I disagree with, but I also understand because she was the first Wild Force Power Ranger. But I love her, like, don't mess with me attitude. She's kind of the girl that I would love to be. I would love to drop my Minnesota nice attitude and be like, I would just rather kick everyone's ass all the way through town. You know, I love her whole personality. Her actress, fine, not great, but fine. But at the same time, I think that her character development is really cool. And her whole like just personality is just unlike any other girl Power Ranger we've ever seen, which is why I think she's so high on my list, and I just love her to pieces. So there you go. So you guys have it, my ranking of all Yellow Rangers. I know this one was a little bit short for how many Yellow Rangers there were, but that's because a lot of my complaints are that they just got pushed to the back, so there wasn't much to say. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below who you would move and where on my list, because I would love to know your guys' favorite Yellow Ranger. If you guys want to see me rank all the Black Rangers, you guys can click right here. If you guys want to see me see all my Power Ranger videos, you guys can click right here. You can click here to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single one of my videos. And that is all I've got for you guys this time. Let me know in the comments below your favorite Yellow Ranger and like this video if you liked it. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.